Fellas, I'm going to show you one of these lines here real quick. Really nothing to it, really. I mean, it's a line. There's several different ways you can do it. Let's pull this out. South Carolina law is you have to buy a license. You have to buy a $5, I think it's called a set hook permit license, and it's $5, and you can order it from DNR. And the only real stipulation they put on it is you have to have your name and address on this line somewhere, and you have to have it on every individual line. And there's a time limit on when you can set, like I think it's an hour before sunset and an hour after sunrise. Your lines have to be up. Is that right, Jeremy?
That's right.
So you come out, put them out. A lot of people stay with them. I mean, bring the kids down, get on the bank. We do it a lot of times. Take the grill down here and get out, and we'll run the lines a time or two at night, and we'll come out next morning and check them. The hooks I'm using here is 10-aught hooks, and that's a big hook. And the reason I'm using 10-aught is we have some live brim in the boat that we're going to be baiting with. One more South Carolina law is you have to have a certain gap length on your hooks. And I'm not going to tell you what that is because I'm not exactly sure what it is. I measured this to make sure, but it's been a while since I made these lines and I don't remember. So check your local DNR regulations before you put the hook on there, or use live brim. It is legal to use live brim. I called my good buddy yesterday's game warden and asked him just to make sure. Me and Jeremy both have a set hook permit. So we can have 2 limits of brim in our boat legally, and we can bait with them. If we only had 1 permit in here, we could only have 1 limit of brim and bait with them. So that's what we got. I took a small piece of 1/2-inch PVC, 3/4-inch PVC, 1-inch PVC, whatever you want to use. I put a piece of reflective tape around it, wrote my name on it with a Sharpie marker. Got me some braided line from, I don't know, Wally World or somewhere. I mean, it don't really matter what kind of line you use. The tougher the better. I like braided line. And the reason I like braided line is when them fish are on there and they're twirling round and round, they don't tend to unravel your line and break off as easily. So I like the braided line. I drilled a small little hole in here, nothing fancy. Pulled my line through and tied me a knot in it. Pull it back in. Run you out. I think mine are 12 foot, Jeremy. What yours is? Yours is 13, mine are 12. 3-ounce piece of lead, and it don't matter what kind of lead you use, round lead, triangle lead, any kind of lead will work. I like 3-ounce for holding it down on the bottom, keeping that especially using live brim, so he don't get all tangled up before the fish get on there. Put a nice sized barrel swivel on there. There again, it goes back to the fish being on the limb and twirling round and round. So see, when he's twirling it, he ain't twirling the rest of my line that's hooked up around that limb. So it protects the fish from getting all wrapped up in the bushes. It protects your fish so you can get him, what it boils down to. 10-aught hook on that one right there. And then a good old piece of eel, beef liver, soap. Jeremy, what else? I mean, they bait with everything.
Yeah.
Chicken livers. I've seen people use deer meat. I mean, I don't know what all you can use. You can use a little bit of everything. Catfish. Catfish eat anything. As long as it smells. Right. Now, I found, though, that you can't bring too many things down here that Jeremy eat because he'll be eating it up before you get it. So anyway, I'm going to save this one right here for brim, but you can see that hook really good in the camera, so I'm going to save that and break some of Jeremy's out here. He's got a little smaller hook on his we're using for these eel. And his are the same way. He's got a little smaller piece of pipe, got his name wrote on it. Jeremy don't like putting reflective tape on it like I have on mine. He likes to keep his a little more hidden. Lead, swivel, smaller hook, piece of good old eel. Right there, sticking in the center somewhere. Try not to stick yourself. That's on there.
It will stay.
Yep.
Hang one back here.
All right, back me up. Let me show these people how we're putting this on here. Run your line out, and all you're going to do is wrap around your limb, tie a knot, slip it through, so it'll tighten up. He can't pull that piece of PVC back around it there. So, where we at, Jeremy?
Right there.
Right here.
Above your head, whichever one you want.
Let's go right here. All right, let me show you what I'm going to do here. I'll wrap it around like this. I ain't doing but wrap it one time, come back through itself. Just a half box knot is all it is. And then now he can't pull that piece of PVC back through that thing. So that's it.
It will stay until
It will
the
stay.
limb breaks off the
Yeah,
tree.
something's got to give. But you want to check them limbs. I mean, check it, make sure it's full. Back up a little bit, and then drop it right here in the water. And that's all there is to it, folks. And I promise you have a good old time.